Good afternoon, everybody. Uneducated economist here. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about an economic event that took place back in 1973 that not a lot of people discuss or even know about. But back in 1973, there was a lot of shortages, and a lot of it had to do with oil and commodities and just a lot of different shortages that were taking place at the time. And people were very sensitive to these shortages. And it wasn't until a joke that came out on Johnny Carson that set people off on a panic buying of toilet paper, if you can believe that. So Johnny Carson one night says, we've got all sorts of shortages these days, he told millions of viewers. But have you heard the latest? And I'm not kidding. I saw it in the papers. There's a shortage of toilet paper. And then it goes on to say, absolute madness ensued. Millions of Americans swarmed the grocery stores and hoarded all the toilet paper they could get their hands on. I heard it on the news, so I bought 15 extra rolls, one customer told the New York Times. For my baby shower, said another, I told my party guests to bring toilet paper. In the chaos, company officers and industry leaders told the public to remain calm. Store owners ordered astronomical quantities of toilet paper. It set limits of 2 rolls per customer, and nobody seemed to play by the rules. And it goes on to say, if people wouldn't hoard and get so excited about this, everything would be okay, a supermarket executive told the St. Petersburg Times. He subsequently increased his toilet paper from 39 cents to 69 cents per roll, but customers still cleared the shelves each day. Merchandisers struggled to restock supplies. As the boxcars they relied on for shipments were in high demand by thousands of other stores. For 4 long months, toilet paper was a rare commodity. It was bartered and traded, and a black market even emerged before the whole ordeal subsided by February of 1974. Slowly but surely, the American public realized that there never had been a shortage to begin with. Rather, it had been artificially created by a pop culture frenzy. Thought that was a very interesting story. It kind of reminds me of the 22 rounds that if you're a hunter or a firearms hobbyist, a few years ago you would have remembered the 22 rounds that you couldn't get your hands on. So 22 rounds, the most common firearm probably across the world, and 22 rounds being the most abundance ammunition that there could possibly be. I mean, you could carry 522 rounds in your front pockets. They were gone. You couldn't find them anywhere. And I remember, people telling me, you can find them on the internet all day long, $100 a box, typically $20 a box. Now, had I been smart at the time, I was thinking, because I had around 5 or 6 boxes at the time, I was thinking, man, I can't sell these things. I won't be able to replace them. But I should have sold them knowing that, it's just a time that people are just buying these things up and that the 22 rounds will come back to the shelf at some point. I wasn't smart enough at the time. I should have sold those boxes off. But anyway, I found that to be a very interesting story and thought I'd share it with you guys. Uneducated economist, you let me know.